Hello friends, Mandar here. I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to talk about how you can convert your visitor visa while being in Canada to a work permit. There are certain conditions that you have to meet, and there are certain exceptions that the Canadian government has made to make it easier for people to find job and for the recruiters or employers to get the employees within Canada in this situation. So I'm going to go through all of these in detail. So stick around until the end and let's get started. If you are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Mandar and I make immigration related videos for US and Canada. I would like to mention that I'm not an immigration lawyer and anything that I say on this video or on my channel is for information purpose only. If you have any specific immigration need, you should talk to a competent immigration attorney. And as always, if you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. Now let's get started. Now the easiest way to find a job in Canada is to be in person in Canada. This allows you to actually meet with the prospective employers, to do the interviews in person and to meet with people face to face to explain your experience. This way the employer has more confidence in you as a candidate and there is a better chance that you will land a job. The only way this is possible is if you have a way to visit Canada. Now, a lot of people can obtain a visitor visa based on their family ties in Canada or just for tourism purpose. So if you have an opportunity to get a visitor visa, I would highly recommend to do so in the first place. This is because applying from within the Canada for a job has greater possibility of success than applying from outside of Canada. Usually Canadian employers are apprehensive if they are talking to an individual who is not within the country, because they don't know if you are going to get a visa, they don't know if you are really interested and motivated to move to Canada. If you are already in Canada, that thing goes away. They can already see you, they can talk to you in person and make a decision right away. My recommendation is, if you are qualified to get a visitor visa in Canada, do get it and do visit at least for 6 months. Now let's look at a scenario. You get a 6 months visa or a year visa or even 10-year Canadian super visa. So when you are in Canada, it's easier to meet with the employer, do applications and attend the interviews in person. Once you land a job, now your immediate goal is to get a work permit, because without work permit you cannot start working for that employer. It is against the law if you start working for the employer on visitor visa. So you must get a work permit. Now there is a detailed video that I have done a couple of weeks back on how to obtain a work permit for Canada. Please go and check that video out as I go through the step-by-step details. In this video, I'm going to talk about specific things that you will need to do while converting your visitor visa to a work permit. Now there used to be a time when it was very difficult to convert your visitor visa to a work permit. But because of the current situation, Canadian government has relaxed that requirement temporarily. So right now, if you are in Canada on visitor visa and if you can find a job offer, which could be LMIA based job offer or exempt job offer, if that is the case, they have temporarily allowed people on visitor visa to apply for work permit. Now the second thing is they have also made it easier to apply. What I mean by easier is they are allowing people to apply it fully online. In the past, they used to have you go to the nearest border with the US, do something called flag pulling, which is going and turning around at the border and re-entering into Canada and applying for your work permit at the border. The advantage of that process was you would get a work permit within a day. But now, because of the situation and the entry ban, they have allowed people to apply for work permit online. The requirements still remain the same. You still need to give the biometrics, for which they have made an exception, which I will talk about in a second. You still need to show your educational documents and everything that is required as a typical work permit process. So everything stays the same. The requirement stays the same. The only thing that has changed is now you being within Canada, you can apply for a work permit online. You can submit all the documentation online and you don't need to travel to the border to get it. The another thing about the biometric requirement is that they have currently temporarily relaxed the biometric requirement. What it means is the biometrics are still needed, but because Service Canada locations are closed, you can do that later. So they will give you something called a provisional work authorization that will allow you to start working for the employer right away after the initial approval. You will then need to go to the second stage. Once the Service Canada office is open, you will need to provide your biometric information. That will allow them to do your background check, which is the later part, and then issue you a full work permit. So that is a process that has been established temporarily. So I don't know how long this is going to continue. So while in this situation, if you are in Canada on a work permit and if you happen to land a job, you have an advantage to apply for work permit totally online. Now online application might take a little longer. You can still do flag polling, but there is a little bit of a risk in doing so, and you should hire an immigration attorney if you are going that route. But if you are applying online, remember that the process can take a couple of months, and you need to be in your valid visitor status throughout this process. You cannot fall out of status because that will immediately disqualify you from getting the visa. You should have IELTS to prove that you know English, because that is one of the requirements for work permit. But if you don't, work with a lawyer to get a letter created to prove why you don't have IELTS exam. You should also have your educational qualification letters and also your experience letters from your past employers from outside of Canada. These are all requirements to be fulfilled even if you are applying for work permit online. So that was in a nutshell what I wanted to tell you. This is good news. If you are in Canada, it is a great advantage for you to find a job, because your prospects of getting a job or landing a job while being in Canada face to face with the employers are much higher than applying from outside. So for all of those folks who are trying very hard to come to Canada and find a job, if you have the means to get visitor visa, do get it and do visit Canada, stay there for a few months, land a job, and then apply for a work permit online, which can all be done while being in Canada. So that's all I wanted to say in this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.